Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of GNN. Today is February 1st, 2023, and we have a new banner upon us. But before we get into the nitty-gritty details of that new suit, let's go over some news for GBO2. Kicking off tonight's update, we have the return of GBO days. Basically, during this period of February 1st all the way to February 5th, we have a free guaranteed mobile suit supply drop that can be requested once a day for up to 4 total units. We also have a special supply drop campaign with one guaranteed 3-star above rarity mobile suit, and it can be requested once. Basically, it's a 10 pull, which requires 30 tokens, so if you've been saving up, this might be an option for you guys if the banner suit is not up your alley. On top of that, basic rewards for XP, DP, and CP after battle will be doubled if you are a new or returning pilot, and it's increased to 5 times. And also, in addition to that, new and returning pilots will always have a 100% container discovery rate on recon units, basically the recon crates. And in addition, veterans of GBO2 who sorted with newer players, returning players, their basically drop rate for recon crates will be increased by 30%. So definitely help some of those newbies out there. So tonight's banner is the Aqua version, or the Aqua configuration of the RX-78GP01 Zephyrantes. But before we get into the details, we still have some other things to go over, such as a special limited supply drop campaign for the Just Cannon. So if you haven't been able to pick this one up, or you want to add this to your collection, there is a chance to get both either the level 1 or level 2 via gacha, including some of the weapons for the level 2, which brings this up to 650. Outside of what the Rezell does, it could be debatable, but again, for the Just the Cannon, it does have its own little niche. I would say it's a lot more better for urban environments, but if you gotta have it, this is the time to do it. In addition to the recycle ticket counter, we are getting the decal for the Albion as part of the Albion squadron, the Albion crew, but no new mobile suits yet. Changes coming to the DP exchange counter, we do get the Yogu Vertex level 1, level 2, so both the 600 and 650 versions. The Hava Hava level 3 is now added to the DP exchange counter, as well as the level 4 Yakushiki. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, our main event, a 3-star general, the Aqua version of the GPO1 is here as 550, almost as a much more well-rounded version of the GPO1. It's basically the equipment variation hailing from the Rebellion Manga version, the, I guess you could say, retelling of the Stardust Memory anime series, but in manga form. So you'll see a lot of newer designs compared to the anime series, but basically this is the equipped variation of the unit that was redeveloped according to the Gundam development plan. Is equipped with numerous underwater combat equipments as its attachments, as you can see hinted with all the Aqua GM and underwater Gundam items, pieces, modular pieces that it has on there. It is designed for underwater combat, so it has a lot of the ballistic based weapons that were synonymous with both of those units, and it's also still carrying its beam rifle and beam saber. So this is a pretty nasty suit. In addition, if you haven't gotten your catalog of normal suits, they are bringing the Kouraki version of the normal suit back, so if you are doing 10 pulls, you do have a chance to get the pieces for that suit. If you're a big Eddie fan, you like the suits, but you don't want that sort of OG style pilot suits, this is an option for you guys there. Alright folks, into the nitty gritty of the new GPO1. Don't worry about the colors. These are all my personal ones, but standard-wise, it looks like the standard GPO1 with a little bit of different touches like you see with the splash screen there. Looking into its big primary, it is the Aqua missile launcher. This is very similar to the one used by Aqua GM and the Gun Diver, but big difference is the fact that I think damage output is a little bit more, plus you do have a little more effective range up to 350 meters, which is perfect for about mid-range. And the reload's not too bad too, 10 seconds is not bad. And with the amount of weapons that this has, you're not gonna really notice it. Beam Saber is 2200 power, 2.5 seconds cooldown. Basically, very similar stats to the GPO1 normal version. Looking into the head mounted Vulcans that this has, I believe these are not at the same level as the post-buff GPO1, but considering the fast reload time and effective range, and I would say decent for Vulcans, not super crazy. I'm more than likely sure that this will give you something to do. 30 rounds in the mag is not a whole lot, but considering that you're probably cycling through everything, it'll be fine. You have the GPO1 beam rifle toned down as a sub weapon, so a little bit less damage, but it does still stun. A good secondary stun, in addition to some of the other stuff that you get. 15 seconds, not bad at all. 6 seconds, you're going to be swapping through stuff. Jumping into the shoulder torpedo tubes, 250 raw damage, 16 shots at an effective 375 meters. I almost wanted to say 700, sorry. But 10 seconds, yeah, not that long. They come out fairly fast, and they look like they fire the same manner too. So they look, I would imagine that's pretty much the case. And then the classic full torpedo stun on the missile launcher, 2200 power base, 2 shots, 6 seconds, cooldown time between shots, 250 effective meters. This thing's got a lot to do, and it does chunk at range, but has a decent melee along with the fact that it gets 2 shields. This thing's gonna be stupid to fight against. I can see it already. But that's not all. Let's get into the shopping list of the skills, because everything else that you see right off the bat looks very familiar, like a regular general. Shock absorbers, quick boost, pretty standard. Has a double roll, which is the same as the standard GPO1, but it's just kind of weird when you see it. Or like the end time. You also have flight control level 2. Balancers, obviously. I can imagine this not having balancers at this cost range. Standard melee controller. I believe the melee might be standard Federation swings. Could be a little more complicated. Either way, I'm pretty sure a lot of the veterans will probably pick up on it and try to figure out the best way to make this pretty efficient, although it does seem like you probably do a downswing and just follow up with like a torpedo shot or something. I don't know, it's hard to say. We'll see. You also have force injector level 1, and this is a kicker right here. So a lot of aquatic suits like the Z Zulu, the Zagok E. There's not a whole lot of other options. You'd think the Capsule would have this too, but aquatic mobile shooting level 2. So yeah, you get firing while high speed movement, while underwater for main weapons that can fire while moving. And in crazy part, attack spot when activating the skill will increase in power by 20%, making staggers more probable from consecutive attacks. This thing's gonna be, this is already cracked. If this is not cracked just from that description alone, this, man, that's all I'm gonna tell you. I haven't tried even this yet. I have a basic setup. We'll see. But that's it for the shopping list there. With that said, that is it for tonight's banner news. You guys found this informative, learned anything, found it very useful at all in any way, enjoyed it, please do not hesitate to hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely helps me out, helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And until guys, next time, I will see you all on the next video.